Alright, welcome to the video. Well, I'll do the introduction right here on this Pantheon trip. There we go. So, this is a Pantheon trip, and I just had my most amazing ride on it yesterday. I'm going to tell you all about it, tell you about my setup. Let's take it off. Okay, so this is the Pantheon trip. Pantheon caramel wheels, 92 millimeter, really soft durometer, not really soft but perfect 74A durometer. And so this is the stock board pretty much. So fiberglass top, triaxial fiberglass top, and carbon fiber under layer, which decreases the amount of plies and makes it perfectly flexy. About 200 pounds, so it's perfect flex for me. So what I did was mark the front truck with some white paint, so I know that's always the front, besides that arrow is pointing to the front. But that's when I was figuring out like what degree I want the back to be as far as truck, as far as de-wedging the truck, what durometer for the front, what durometer for the rear. And so the front, they're both land yachts, Bear Grizzly, 40-degree Bear Grizzly trucks, right? So, but I did not want them to be ridden symmetrically because I don't do symmetrical type riding. I do mostly distance type riding, distance pushing, with occasional Mongo style switch pushing, which I'm not great at, still getting better at that. But anyways, this is a through deck, of course, you already know that, with a missing piece of wood right here, so the truck can just slide in, So how I made it super comfortable for me, 200 pounds, is, let me flip it over. Okay, so basically the front truck, what I did was I got the grape seismic Defcon barrel bushing. That's in a 93 durometer, and the top is the original plug barrel that came with the land yachts, even though technically most forums say to run the plug barrel on the bottom, well, I guess the top, the board side bushing, right? Because it's more stable that way. But everything, all the forums I looked at, is this barrel is written at either 90 or 83 durometer. So I put that on the road side instead of the board side. The board side for this is the 97 durometer seismic Defcon barrel bushing. The top is the stock Bear Grizzly plug barrel, and I ordered separate cupped washers for the plug barrel. So that's a cupped washer for the rear. The bottom is a cupped washer for the rear. This is a 155 millimeter width Bear truck. and the front is also a 155mm bare truck with a cupped washer on the top and cupped washer on the bottom. I did experiment with flipping the truck, the hanger, especially on the rear. So the rear, I flipped it, and which brought the board overall lower, and the wheels a lot closer to the back tail end of the board. Not biting, just way closer. It did bite with softer bushings, and the back is dialed about 1.5 turns more than the front for stability. And then to make it even more stable, I will show you what I did with the D-wedge. Okay, so the D-wedging, this is a aftermarket wedge, 10 degree, right? So it's a split wedge, so it fits this drop through truck on both sides. So it's de-wedged, so -10 degree. This is already a 40 degree truck, so more lean, less turn, more up and down lean. Because if you notice, the hanger is not more up, which would give you more turn. It's more flat, which would give you more up and down, side to side lean. So contrary to the forums, which said put the fat side of the triangle wedge up this way, that made it more turn if you put the fat end towards the tail or the tip of the front truck. I just put 1/4 inch riser to kind of equate out to the rear truck height differential, but not exactly, because if you can see, the board is right here, the top of the wheel is right there, pretty much at the level of the board. But then if you look at the front, there's still some millimeter or two gap between the board and the top of the wheel. So even with the extra drop of making the board lower with the 1/4 inch riser. So that is the setup. My favorite setup. I've tried many in the past month, and this is my favorite setup. Feel the most stable on this setup, and I like how it rides, even if I'm not riding perfectly, or even if I'm feeling a little off balance that day. It's so much more stable than the stock bushing setup that this is the answer. So hopefully that helps your Pantheon trip setup. Trying to keep the video under 10 minutes, so like and subscribe and enjoy your ride. Peace out.